what's happening, NFL fans, Giants fans, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of across the world. Look, the Giants just won another game. We just won another game. And we was on like on a 10 game losing streak, and we won again. Did the Giants make a mistake by winning this game? It pushes us back in the draft standings to number 4.
Hey, Mike! I'm tired of your presence. Dismiss.
But first and foremost, I go by the name Ayo Mike from High Low Takes. We're going to get into this interview, see what Brian Daboll got to say, see what the whole team got to say about this. Now, everybody's going to be excited. You know, your job as an NFL team is to win games. You can't tank. I understand it as a fan, and I'm just like you as a fan. Like, I want us to tank. I don't want us to win, because I want us to have no excuse of having the number 1 overall pick. I feel like Kayvon Thibodeau's a bust. I've been rooting for him the whole time, but man, he's a good player, but he's not a number 4, 6 overall player. What we spent our money on to get him. I mean, Evan Neal, same thing too as well. These guys weren't top-notch players in the draft. I don't want to say we failed at those picks, because I don't know, man. It's a little depressing, because I mean, I was rooting for Evan Neal, man. I'm rooting for Kayvon Thibodeau, but man, the proof is in the pudding. And man, it's in the pudding when it comes down to them two. Now we have a chance at it again. I don't want us going number 4. I want us going number 1, as do you two as well, because be able to have our pick of the litter. Who do we want? We could have Cam Ward. We can have Shedeur Sanders. Like, we need to be able to make a sound pick of who we want. Now, who do I think is, like, as far as who's going to get that number 1 pick? Let me go to let me get ready to. I'm gonna go to the draft tankathon. So right now, there is New England number 1. We know they're not taking the quarterback. We can scratch that off. They're not, and they possibly can trade that pick, but I don't see them doing that. Travis Hunter is the number 1 pound for pound pick, you know, number 1 prospect in college football. So why would you trade? You know, unless they trade with the Giants. But I mean, there's no guarantee that Tennessee won't get Travis Hunter or Cleveland won't get Travis Hunter. You know, so the New England Patriots is going to get Travis Hunter. Tennessee and Cleveland, there is really a chance that they could grab a quarterback. And that's scary. That is terrifying for the Giants. And Joe Shane, you have to make a trade, because Tennessee play the Texans next. Now, Tennessee beat Texans earlier in the season by like 4 or 5 points. That's an in-division opponent. But, and there's a big but to that end of that sentence, B-U-T, comma. The thing is that the Texans just lost to the Baltimore Ravens 2-31. I think Baltimore Ravens had 31 points, 33. But I know Texans had 2 points, a safety. That's all they had the whole game. So that means that they're not losing this next game. They need some type of juice going into the playoffs. So Texas is not losing the game against Tennessee. Cleveland plays Baltimore next week. That's an in-division opponent too as well. Jameis Winston is highly inconsistent. So we know that they're not going to win. So Cleveland's not going to win. Now, the Giants still happen to lose. I still don't see us doing anything. And New England also as well. They have to play Buffalo again. So all 3 of these teams, the top 3, play their in-divisional opponents. And all of the in-divisional opponents is going to the playoffs. And they're trying to go into the playoffs on the win with some momentum. So these guys ain't resting their guys. I don't see Josh Allen getting rested. That's possible. But I still see New England still winning that. Tennessee, Texas is definitely going to defeat Tennessee. They're going to beat them. And Cleveland, Baltimore is definitely going to beat them. The Giants, we played Philly, I believe, last game of the season. Philly's going to beat us. So the standings are still going to stay the same. We needed to lose this game. But as a Giants fan, that's what we want. But as a player, these guys ain't losing games, man. Their livelihood is on the line. Brian Daboll's job is on the line. Like, he's not going to try to lose a game. As much as I want us to lose a game so bad, so freaking bad, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going. I mean, like this game, it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. So we're going to get into these interviews, see what Brian Daboll got to say, see what the team got to say. I know they were excited to see this, excited to get this win. Malik Neighbors went off. We know we have a true number 1. Now bring Shedeur home. Bring Cam Ward home. Bring them home to New York. We got an NFC East division With Dak Prescott, say what you want to say about him, but he goes to the playoffs. We got an NFC East, Jalen Hurts, been to the Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels on the rise. Those are 3 Pro Bowl quarterbacks. We had Daniel Jones. We know he wasn't no Pro Bowl quarterback. We need a quarterback. We can't. We don't get no Travis Hunter. I'm sorry, unless you're going to trade him for a quarterback. But I don't see that happening. Unless you trade him for a quarterback, trade him for a pick. Well, if you get Travis Hunter, you give up Travis Hunter and you give up a pick to get that quarterback. Man, that's the only way I see that happening. But that's not happening. We got the number 4 pick. Top 3 off the board is going to be Travis Hunter, guaranteed. Tennessee do need some linemen. Jacksonville, don't really know what they not Jacksonville. They after us though. They after us. Cleveland. Now Cleveland just re-signed. Well, they just reconstructed Deshaun Watson's contract, so they're working on that. Don't know what Jameis. I'm pretty sure Jameis Winston's going to be out. He's gonna, he's a journeyman quarterback, so he's going to go to a different situation. And then you have the Patriots, who have Drake May, which is not going anywhere. Tennessee, Will Levis, like they might get another offensive lineman. I don't know. And they have a love and hate relationship with Will Levis. You see, he got benched a couple of times this season, and he had them crazy interceptions. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they pick a quarterback. And that's the reason why we cannot move. We should be. That's the reason why it was so much and so important for us to be number 1. But let's get into these interviews, see what Brian Daboll got to see what everybody got to say. But that's enough of my soliloquy. Let's get it.
Pretty good day. Good to get a win at home. A lot of guys played well. That's how the offense needs to perform. That's how the quarterback needs to perform. So when you do that, you win the turnover ratio, you have a chance to score points and win.
Brian,
you can be a little bit more excited, Brian Daboll. You be catching your temper tantrums on the sideline. He be catching his temper tantrums on the sideline. He trying to act like he not happy about this win. I know it ain't been a good season, but with all the butt kickings you've been taking this season, you can be a little bit more happy.
When you walk into the
He just trying to hide it. That's all.
locker room after what everybody on the team has been through, coaches, players, there's got to be smiling faces. What's it like walking into that locker room today?
Yeah. Again, I'm just happy for the players, for the coaches. It's a tough season. But we got a lot of good people, a lot of good character people on our football team, and they work every day. And it's good to see results. It's good to see smile on their faces. I'm happy for the players and the coaches that put so much into it.
No, but I'm curious though. Like, I know we played against the Colts. Colts is a horrible team, defensively especially. But my thing is though, do we believe that Brian Daboll is the head coach of the New York Giants? Do we believe he's a great coach? Do we believe he's a good coach? He can lead us next year to be better than what we were this year, to progress, increase. I mean, do we think that he is? See, the thing with Brian Daboll is, do we think that he's the coach for next season? Do we think that he can progress? Do we think that he can increase? Do we think that he's the guy? Do we think that we can move forward with Brian Daboll, throughout the New York Giants tenure? Like, should we bring in a new quarterback with Brian Daboll? We say he was a quarterback whisperer. He whispered to Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, I think even Tua, but when it came down to Daniel Jones, it worked for one season. But I'm just gonna be honest, Daniel Jones was spoiled goods. I don't think he was spoiled goods. I just don't think Daniel Jones was that guy. I think he was a middle round, late round quarterback that Dave Gettleman was drinking the juice on and reached. Nobody was going after him. And that's just what we are, So do we think that Brian Daboll can come back? Like I said, he should be more excited. You've been taking L's all year, having temper tantrums on the sidelines for the last 2 years. You happy about this win. He's trying to keep his composure. He's really happy. So,
Brian, this has got to be a relief for you too, man. This has been a long season, so I know everything's about the plays and the organization with you, but man, personally, this has got to be.
Yeah, look, it's really, I'm happy for the players and the coaches. Those guys put a lot into it. They come out, they grind every day. They have good attitudes, and it's never easy when you're losing. But I'm proud of the character and the other people in the building, and I'm mostly happy for them.
Did you have any?
That's pretty much it. I'm gonna get to Drew Lock, see what Drew Lock got to say.
We knew we had it in us. It's just time to go out and show it and do it and make the plays when they were there. Sure enough, we went out and did that today. So it was a fun time, really good time.
One thing about Drew Lock too, as well with Drew Lock. One thing Drew Lock can say that he did, he made up for last game. He played horrible last game. Like the way he was throwing the ball, the fumbles, interception, like he was straight trash last game. And this game, he came out looking like a stud, man. So, man, throwing dots, throwing jump balls, running in the end zone, commanding the offense. So he definitely, I know he's excited because he's a career backup quarterback, but he still can compete for a starting position for a quarterback and have a resurgence, hopefully something like what Sam Darnold did, and what he's doing, because he is like top 10 right now. Some people will put him at number 5, so Drew Lock is looking to do that. He's looking to resurgence his career, and I believe he can do that. He's just going to have to do that with time and finding the right situation for him. And this was a good opportunity for him to have that, and he put that on his resume, something for him to look out for. So I'm going to get to Malik Neighbors, and that's going to be it. I mean, I don't really care about hearing Tyrone Tracy, even though he balled out. Kayvon Thibodeau, man. Like I said with Kayvon Thibodeau, man, like I'm still rooting for Bull. I'm still rooting for young Bull, man. I really am rooting for him. Who is this? Oh yeah, that we forget about the kick return we ran back. He did good. And man, Jermaine Illuminor, man, he's been one of the best pickups in the offseason. I've been happy about him. But let's get to Malik Neighbors, see what he got to say, then I'm out. Let's get to this.
You both are like the third duo in a rookie duo in NFL history to gain over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. What does it mean to you to be able to do that with him, with another rookie?
Right. I mean, it's kudos to him and me that we come out here, come out there and practice, do our jobs, and come in the game and contribute to help the team win, and do as much as possible so we can win. Seeing Tyrone, go out every day at practice. And do the things that he do, it's amazing. Me and him has been uplifting each other through the season. We had stuff at the beginning of the season that didn't go our way, but we stayed down with each other, uplifted each other, and it's paying off.
They touched
Tyrone Tracy over 1,000 yards this season as a running back rookie, and Malik Neighbors, and he broke the record for the Giants rookie over 1,000 yards. Man, we got some spots, man. We got some spots on this team, like some really bright spots, and I'm excited about it.
down. Could you talk about that? Look, did you split the two guys?
Oh, which one?
The one down the right sideline.
They both was on the.
And look, Malik Neighbors was balling out. That's all I got for you. But this is where the Giants are. Number 4. It's sad. Happy for the win, happy for the guys, man. They needed that win for their morale. But even though we're gonna lose next game, we really needed that loss though. We needed that loss and that win. That's crazy, ain't it? If we would have tied, I don't know what would have happened. I think we still probably would have been number 4. But look, I'll go by the name Ayo Mike from High and Low Takes, and I'm out.